Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den Podcast, your #1 Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
Hello. Welcome to another edition of Orlando Lions Den Podcast. What's up, everybody? A couple of weeks off. They all just roll together for me now. I'm so busy all the time. So I don't know the last time we recorded, but we're back today. Looking back at the Leagues Cup briefly and looking forward to this weekend a little bit more. So here at the boys, the gents. Cleon, all good up and over in Bermuda? How'd y'all handle the storm?
The same as I tell y'all every year, man. We ain't worry about nothing. We don't even board stuff up, man.
How's the eye went like right over? There's like 100 mile an hour winds.
Bro. It don't matter.
I looked. It said 27-foot waves.
Nothing happens over there, but some trees get knocked down and the power goes out for a little bit, bro. We built our houses out of actual stone. There's none of this wood stuff like over here. Like it ain't happening.
As an honorary Bermudian, because I had Mr. Chicken, I did a tour and I got ripped off by locals. Everything they have like concrete tile roofs. Everything seems to be elevated. Like it's like on sides of cliffs, right? Everything seems to be elevated, and so I get it, Cleon. When I was driving around, I was like,
"Don't worry about it, man."
I saw it. I was like, I get it. It's gonna take a lot to not.
It's nothing but a free day off work.
How long were you guys? How long were y'all shut down for till the power came back?
Like 24 hours.
Wow.
Do you pay your people during that time? Is that paid off? Is that a paid leave?
What?
Is that
what?
No. Okay, dang.
I had them work the day of the hurricane. Matter of fact, if you want to be specific, I had them work the day of the hurricane, but I let them out in time. Bermuda's 21 miles, bro. Don't take that long to get home. The storm was going to start at 9, so I had everybody, clock out at 5. You got plenty of time to get home, bro. It's 21 miles. Come on.
People are still hungry on a hurricane, right? Even more so.
Oh, bro. Oh my God, the sales, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah. Did people stock up, right? Hey, we don't know when the power's out. We need to get that 12-piece, not that 6-piece.
Ridiculous.
Right. And try the chocolate cake, everyone. I had it. It was delicious.
Eddie, what's up, my man? Glad you're on tonight. Much. How you doing?
Good. Good to be back. It's been a while. And this break has been good for us in the sense where, take a break from you kind of recharge your batteries for that second half run. It sucks that we're out of Leagues Cup already, but nonetheless ready for the second half and hope our good form continues.
Yeah, I was looking at we're 26 or 27 episodes in this season so far, plus the Den After Dark. So yeah, it's been a lot for sure. So, and we still got the back half of the season to go. So we pick back up, I think, one game a week pretty much. I think we'll have like a week off with an international break here in the next couple of weeks, but I'm sure Mike knows it all. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother?
I don't know at all. I've also taken a vacation because I've been doing a bunch of stuff with work. So feeling good, man. I'm ready to get back to it. I miss watching the boys play, and we're recording this while the Leagues Cup semifinals are going on, and I'm enjoying being here instead of watching us not advancing. So
I didn't even know it was on. That's how much I cared.
Yeah, Columbus is beating the crap out of Philly right now. That game's just about to go final, and then LAFC Colorado is kicking off in a half hour.
So probably looking at Columbus and LAFC.
Probably, yeah.
Which are probably the two best teams in the league. Well, yeah. Forget Miami.
Well, we'll see how it works out for them having to play all the extra games and so quick. I mean, feels like we got a nice rest and added a new guy and maybe can get the team gelling a little bit better while we had the time off. So I'll be interested to see what playing all the way through is going to do to Columbus for sure. So, all right, let's move into our sponsors.
Yeah.
All right, sponsors. We got. Let's start off with Leo, the Epic Mortgage team. You got the QR code on the screen. 474-7696. Rates are going down. I just talked to him actually. So the rates have been going down, and he's excited about that. And hopefully business starts popping back up. But yeah, y'all check it out. Give Leo a call. Look at his website there. I think on Twitter he's at Loans by Leo, and he'll be more than happy to help you out if you got questions about getting a mortgage or writing a mortgage. He's the underwriter for the loan. So check him out. We got let's see, who else we got, Mike?
I'm trying to. Hey man, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm sitting there trying to figure out who's got the most touched up profile pic with these ads in between Leo and Eddie, with the fake smile. Leo's kind of look like a high school yearbook picture though.
Yeah,
So
Leo's got that baby face.
Eddie's looks super staged though.
Hey, that was just right in the office. Oh, that one.
There's no one in front of him, bro. There's no one. I guarantee you, there's no one in front of him.
No, and that was a lot of pounds ago. I sat on that desk to hide the gut a lot of pounds ago. I sent Mike the new one, but he wants me to remind me where I was, not where I'm at.
I mean, got to keep you in check there, but at the same time, also I didn't have a really good way to edit it, so that's also on me.
Oh, I got you.
Eddie, is there anybody sitting in front of you?
No, I don't think so. That's my best acting performance. I don't think there's anyone. There's a glass there, in the front, because like an open off, like the wall is glass. That was it. They just said stand there and stare, or something. And I
just pretend someone's in front of you, huh?
Right? Yeah, that's pretty good. Tony.
Well, anyways, call Eddie for insurance. As you know, auto insurance, home insurance, life insurance. He's got some new life insurance products that he would love to discuss with you. If your house insurance has gone up, your auto insurance has gone up, it's always crazy. I'm still with Eddie, and we got a payroll deducted, and it's super nice and easy, and I've shopped it around, and it's still the cheapest for me. So
yeah, man, this guy keeps track of my stuff, and I don't even keep track of my stuff, man. He's more worried. He's more worried about what I'm paying than I am.
Right. I do got to check it.
Eddie has to check my stuff all the time. He's like, bro, do you know you're paying for this? And I'm like, what? And they had your address wrong for like 2 years. I'm like, what? He's like, bro, you've been paying like a higher thing all this time, bro.
And I'm like, I don't know if she listens, but that was a little bit sabotaged by the ex, with the address.
No. You know what I mean?
Same with me. Eddie will be like, yo, your renewal went up. I think it's time for you to switch. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, I'll shop it around, and then I still can't find anything. So,
like the guy with just 7 cars. Yeah, the guy with just 7 cars. And look, just to chime in, you're gonna leave, knowing what you have is good, or at least understanding it, or with something better. Even today, I talked to someone. They asked for something. I'm like, I don't have what I have doesn't fit what you're looking for, and then I connected them with someone in my network, and they're gonna be able to help them. So, it's painless. It's just it's free, and you'll learn something, and we'll throw a little Orlando City chat in there, because you guys have been good, very good to me. I've lost count. There's got to be enough to fill a starting 11 and a bench. The people that I've helped through Orlando City family. So I appreciate you guys very much.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. If you just renew your insurance and let it go through your mortgage and your escrow, and you just renew it and you don't look at it, same thing with your auto insurance. You're an idiot. That's all I'll say, because you're getting ripped off. I can almost guarantee it, especially in Florida,
bro.
I mean, but at least you got it. I mean, you got a guy that looks at it for you, at least. So
I'm gonna check yours tomorrow, Cleon.
He always subtweeting, bro. He's subtweeting on the podcast.
I mean, you act like Eddie doesn't text you and tell you, hey, this went up, but I looked everywhere else, and it's still the cheapest. So that is you're looking at it just through your guy. You know what I mean?
Hey, Cleon's the best. Cleon's like, I don't really care who it's with, just to make it cheaper and let me know who I'm paying, so I know when the money comes out. That's literally what he told me. I'm checking yours tomorrow. I'm putting it on my calendar right now.
I used to talk to people who would tell me, they would say, yeah, I just renew. It's been 25 years since I even looked at my policy, and I would tell them on the phone. I'd say, hey, I'm about to make you want to absolutely hate the person that you're working with, because you're going to find out they've been robbing you for the last 20 years or so. So
facts.
Yeah, be upset. But yeah, give Eddie a call. He's not paid off commissions of the price of your policy. He's paid off of just making sure he gets you guys set up and happy. So make sure you give him a call. All right. We got Mr. Chad McGibbon. He's the other half of the real estate portion. He actually is the representative for you. He's the real estate agent. So in a perfect world, you have Chad as your buyer and your buyer's agent, and then Leo writing the loan for you. Like I said, rates are starting to go down. I think Leo was something they're in like the low sixes for some stuff right now. And I'm obviously working at the bank, and rates are projected to continue to go down throughout the next year. I'm going to call maybe like three quarters of a point to maybe a full point down in the next year. Just looking at how things are going, that's what the bank's thinking too. So if you haven't bought a house, you may want to look into it now, because when rates go down, the prices are going to go up. People are going to start buying again. Prices are going to go up. So make sure that you kind of find that happy medium. I know your mortgage is lower with your rates down, but that don't matter if the house that you're looking at is $100,000 more than what it was today. So give Chad McGibbon a call. You got the QR code on the screen. Hit him up on Twitter at Chad McGibbon, McGibbon. All right. Hourglass Brew, last one. No mango, no party. We appreciate the shout out from them. Hopefully we make the playoffs, because I would really like to do a playoff watch party for them for the road game on the home and away that we have. We're gonna maybe see if we can make that work. But
I completely misheard you just now when you just spoke, by the way, because I did not think you said mango. I thought you said something else.
Oh, well,
I thought you.
I
thought you went Justin Merriman for a second, but let's move on. I heard something completely different than mango, bro. I can't lie.
This guy's
what?
a convention.
Oh God!
I thought you went Justin Merriman for a second. Just go ahead. Let's move on.
About to get canceled or something?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Let's move on.
We're not getting political here.
No mango, no party.
We'll save that for the
mango, no party.
Yeah, let's pronunciate that mango all the way out, because I heard something completely different. Go ahead.
Whatever. Clean your ears out. We'll see you guys again, hopefully sometime soon at Hourglass Brew. If not, go check them out. Curry Ford.
If we got a couple
in Longwood,
we got a couple losses in a row, we got to go back, because since we did that party, the watch party, we've been good.
Yeah,
that is true.
Mind you, we lost that one, but after that, it's been good.
All right, let's see. Leagues Cup exit. I mean, we lost in penalties. I don't even really want to think about this again. I knew it was going to Pens at halftime.
It unfortunately happened.
Yeah, because at halftime I was like, we should be up 2-0. This just feels like one of those games, and that by one of those games I meant we're going to go to Pens, and y'all been talking about 9-0, 9-0, 9-0, 9-0, 9-0. Everybody been tweeting 9-0, like we just won a cup off a penalty cup shootout. It's okay to tweet about undefeated in penalty cup shootout when you just won the final by penalties, but not when you're going in the damn round of 32. What do you think? We're never going to get to a penalty shootout again? I don't know. The jinx was in. I wasn't happy about it. And then I seen they said the first penalty shooter is Robin Janssen, and I said, there it is. Bad L. Didn't even have to see him shoot the penalty. I knew we were losing the shootout right as soon as they started out with Janssen. I was like, yeah, we're done. It's over with. It was like a Cruz Azul home game. The supporters got their wish.
Bro.
They got their wish for sure. The boycott the boycott was, I guess, meant to make the supporters look valiant, and we support the Open Cup and screw this money grab. And all it did, in my opinion, was embarrass them with that way that we went out against Cruz Azul. People are never going to care. I got news for people. They ain't getting rid of the Leagues Cup. They might bring back the Open Cup, but when people remember that match against Cruz Azul, they're just going to remember that there was very limited supporters there for Orlando City and a ton of Cruz Azul from the opening minute of the match. It was all Cruz Azul.
The stadium was like 65-35, I think.
Yeah, it basically looked like a U.S. Open Cup game. It was pretty empty, bro. So
yeah, and then people finally understand why I said this a few episodes ago. People finally understand why they like it, and it's a cash grab, this and that. But like, are they not thinking about like anybody other than themselves? Because what about all these Mexican fans that come here? They work, they live here, and they get to see their team play at home. What do you think? They're not going to show up? They live in Orlando now. They've been here for a decade or two. Maybe generations been here, and their team is in town, and it's in Orlando. What do you think? They're just not going to come? I bet there was people that came down from Atlanta and Charlotte, and Alabama. They're like, oh, they're down in Orlando. Yeah, we'll make the 6-hour drive, 7-hour drive. We're going to come down and check out our team play on a Tuesday night or whatever it was. And it's like, it's not all about what the money grab is. It's like, it is still cool for teams to be able to play here. It's like we said, when Mike moves to Colorado, it's like what do you think, he's just not going to want to show up when we play in Denver? Like, it's cool for the teams to be able to the fans to be able to see their teams. And that's part of the reason I like the tournament, is because we are such a diverse population. There is especially in a lot of places where MLS is a factor. There's a lot of Mexican American heritage in a lot of the markets where MLS plays, and it's cool for those people to be able to see their teams come. It's not just Orlando. You go to Columbus, you go to Austin, you go to LA, you go to Dallas, all these places where a lot of these MLS teams are. That's why even the Mexican national team, when they play over here, it's like a home game. So anyways, that's my little rant.
I don't know if it applies to anyone here, but why do people care if like the whole money grab term? Like, oh, I don't understand. Why do people care if their team gets money? Like, why? I don't understand that.
I think they just I think people, when they're upset about something, latch on to something. I think it's because the Open Cup, the Open Cup went away, and they think it's went away due to financial preferences, right? So that's really what it is. If the Open Cup was up and running, I don't think the financial grab or whatever would be as much of a talking point. That's what I personally think. And Alex, you make a great point about that. I mean, and you've seen it with when the Brazilian teams were here. They packed that place. They want to see their team, their heritage. These people, yeah. Imagine if they figure out a way to get Brazilian teams here.
You see it with the Pride, with the Orlando Pride. You see it with Barbara Banda. I mean, there's, you see her heritage. People from Zimbabwe that live in Orlando. They're going to see her play.
Right,
Zambia,
and Zambia. Yeah, the Liga MX is watched way more than MLS. And if we could introduce MLS to some of that demographic, because they don't take it as seriously, that's a positive. That's how they're looking at it. And and then that Liga MX wants it too, because they get that American money. So I mean, there's obviously, it's a big cash grab, but everything starts from somewhere. The MLS is not old, so Leagues Cup isn't old. Is it made for financial reasons and Messi get a bunch of calls last year? Sure, but at some point, if you're going to start a tournament, you're going to start. The idea of a tournament with Mexico is a good idea. With Mexican teams, what makes it, I don't have a problem with the financial. What makes it whack to me is that it's completely biased towards MLS. Because we don't travel to Mexican teams. These guys are just sleeping in a hotel for a month or whatever, and it's just they're going to be at a disadvantage. It's not fair. That's what makes it like an inequitable league.
Not necessarily on MLS though, because
but it's advantage MLS. I don't care why the logistics are what they are, but it's an advantage to MLS.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that part either. I wish they travel both ways, but it's the traveling. It almost seems like it's the Mexican teams that don't want to play in Mexico.
Right. No, I think they want to play here, and it's a reason their national team games are here, because they're trying to get that American money.
They're trying to grab the Mexican American fans that don't live in Mexico, right?
Most Latin communities, the expatriate kind of money, the repatriation or whatever it's called, that money, it goes back into the country, it goes back into the teams. That's always been a key source of their economies, and this is sort of like that, but it's just Mexican Americans and such that are contributing to the excitement of seeing their team. They're buying the jerseys. They get to see their team. They're traveling. They're bringing support, and all of that is what they're looking for. Where if they have it over there, and they probably share the gate too. So if the American teams show up, as well. And then if you do it over there, you're probably going to get less travel. Let me put it this way. Sorry. There's going to be more Mexicans showing up to Leagues Cup games in the U.S. and there's going to be Americans showing up to the League Cup
100%.
games in Mexico. And that's why they do that, period.
And honestly, it'll probably be more even the Mexican fans. There'll probably be more Mexican fans showing up to a Leagues Cup game in America than if you were to have it, if we were to actually play at their home, because their fans are to see it like this. It's an extra game in a season. I wonder if the future of Leagues Cup is you eventually just end up going to a neutral site.
Yeah.
And playing, like our Copa America. I mean, mind you, it'll be all Mexicans. But I mean, I don't really even
put on the moon, they'll be there.
I don't necessarily mind that as long as it's a packed stadium. I love watching hostile environments, bro, even if it's hostile gangster. Me
too. Yeah, look, you gotta respect it. They're loud, they're great. They show up. That team was a team that their dad liked. What's there not to like about that part of it? So you gotta have it. They're way louder than us.
Like if they just had these games in a neutral site, let's say, I don't know, Las Vegas or something.
Right.
In like Allegiant or something like that.
Right.
I mean, they could probably feel it too.
They should they did the final. They got a Mexican team in the final. Imagine LAFC and Club America or whatever. Chivas, which is right close. Put that in the Rose Bowl or something. I mean, let's take a step back. But regarding the game penalties, like brother, the Wolves, they got to be tired of getting disappointed by Vikings. Oh
my God. Jeez. Yeah. You've been waiting all week to get that one off, huh?
I just thought of that a few minutes ago, honestly. That's how my brain works.
Especially because it was Janssen and wasn't Thorhalsen was the other bad one?
Yeah, it was Janssen bad one and Thorhalsen. And Thorhalsen, he made the last one, but the guy got his hand on it. He hasn't. 2 pens. He's a good ball striker, but 2 pens have not been good. It's time to sub him out and put Kyle Smith in for him. Well, I mean, I know he had a red in this one, but if I want one fullback taking a penalty, it's Kyle Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I already I let you guys riff off it because on Den After Dark, I went on a full rant where I basically said, for lack of a better term, part of my language, I was pissed after the game, kind of seeing the home support. It sucked to see us play like an away team in our home stadium. It's not what you want to see. And it's one of those things that, like, I'm not saying that if more of our fans showed up that we win that game, but when you have people cheering you instead of jeering you when you're in a penalty shootout, it definitely makes a difference. Calm the nerves, help the guys out. So it was disappointing to see. I will go ahead and shout out one Cruz Azul fan that was wearing a custom jersey that had like Bugs Bunny and a bunch of other Looney Tunes wearing Cruz Azul stuff, though, because that was kind of tight, and I think we need that kind of merch in our stores.
But living on the border for several years, I will tell you that there's a wide array of merchandise with Bugs Bunny and like Tweety Bird wearing super cool fresh clothes or jerseys. That's just been a thing very popular for a long time. Also wanted to say that with our fans. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Mike.
No, I was just gonna follow up with a dumb fact back from my past life when I worked in the tattoo in the tattoo world. We used to make jokes because back in the day there used to bunch of people who would get Tasmanian devil tattoos. So we used to always make jokes about we're gonna do Taz, but like with whatever the trend is now. So like my buddy who's an artist was just working on a new Halloween flash sheet. I was like, do like a Tasmanian devil with like a witch hat or something on it.
Nice. No,
back in the day, Tasmanian devil tattoos were everywhere.
So. Nice. I can imagine 2003 Tasmanian devil with one of those long tees.
We refer to them as Taz-twos. That's what we call them.
Yeah, nice. I love it. But regarding the fans, so the fans are like, support is everything. We win the terraces, and that's why we win. And then they don't show up, and they're like, well, then they make fun of people who say if the fans were there, they'd win. So it seems a bit, straddling both sides of it here, right? Either you matter or you don't. I'm not getting it. And if the running the wall was epic because our fans were supporting, if this time we weren't there to support, then either your support means something or it doesn't. You can't have both sides of it. So if the running the wall helped us win that penalty shootout, then not having something like that, not being loud and not supporting might have, if you're being honest, no cognitive dissonance here, might have hurt us from winning it. So I don't know. So I just want honesty on this.
You have a point there, but then the counterpoint to that too is the running of the wall definitely was support that helped us win, but the running of the wall also doesn't happen if people actually went to a U.S. Open Cup game. So
right, true. At the same time,
that's the thing. Is you can really go every which way of this argument. I know that there's definitely been a lot of discourse on Twitter about it, especially between support groups. At this point, I'm just happy that thoughts on the Leagues Cup aside, I'm just happy that this is tournament's done, so that way we can get back to it. And at this point, we need a miracle to make the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So congratulations, everybody! U.S. Open Cup's coming back next year.
Right, that's our best hope. But in regards to the match, we outplayed. I mean, we held our own very well.
I thought we had a great game, honestly.
I always talk about performances. It was a good performance. We were bound to lose a penalty shootout at some point. It happened. I guess I'd rather it happen in Leagues Cup because I don't know if we're going to win it than like a playoff game. But, but I thought performance-wise, I feel confident that, barring some rust, we're going to keep going in this positive form we had. None of that match made me think, okay, that the streak's done or that was fluke or we're still not good. No, I thought we played well. We just didn't finish chances.
Yeah. And back to Cleon's point, the original point about the money, I think people forget that it's a single entity league and money for one is money for all. And like you guys said, you get more people that show up to these games. I mean, there's been boycotts across the league, like every supporters group for every team. Like there's been, I count on one hand how many didn't boycott. And the actual amount of people that have actually shown up and paid for tickets is still way higher than any U.S. Open Cup it will ever be. And that doesn't include the broadcasting rights and all that other stuff, right? So, it is about just getting the money. I don't see where getting the money is a bad thing. That allows us to be able to spend more on the roster. All the teams will be able to spend more on the roster, which in turn will allow us to be able to, get the league out there a little bit more. I'm done being upset about it, but like you said, we're probably out of Champions Cup, and so next year we'll be back in the Open Cup playing the Charleston Battery. So I hope everybody's excited.
I
expect everybody to be there, and I expect the wall to be sold out.
And you can also, if we want to put money into it as well, when it comes to prize money from winning the Leagues Cup compared to winning the Open Cup, Leagues Cup prize money that goes into the club that can help build the roster is 7 times larger, pretty much, than the U.S. Open Cup. So I don't know. I've also had the argument that U.S. soccer is also to blame for the U.S. Open Cup's failures. I'm not getting into that again. Go listen to the last episode of 10 After Dark where I kind of went off on it. Just enjoy the expletives along the way. So
yeah, watch it.
I'll leave my part with this. I'll say, me personally, I want all the tournaments. I want Leagues Cup. I don't want Open Cup. I want all the tournaments because I'm just a numbers dude. And one, I just like to see more. The more soccer I get to see for my money, the better. And then the more chances to make Champions League, the better. The more trophies available to win, the better. So for me, I want all the tournaments. I'm not one of these dudes that's like, oh my God, they have to play an extra X amount of games. I don't care. It's not me. Yeah. I'm not going out there. You know what I mean? They ain't asking me to do full 90. So what am I going to cry about? You know what I mean? I don't care. I mean, they could play 60 games. Ain't going to matter to me. But as far as the protests and all this type of stuff, I mean, if y'all want to protest, man, I mean, show up. Show up. It's literally like my kids when they drive me crazy talking about, hey, buy me dino nuggets. Hey, kid, they come home from school. Hey, kids, you want some dino nuggets? No. But then guess what happens? I go shopping. I don't buy the dino nuggets. Now they want to sit there and crying. You guys didn't want no dino nuggets all this time when I had them here. So why are you crying about them now that I didn't go buy them? So all y'all is doing all this crying about not having the Open Cup. Maybe you should have showed up to the Open Cup for the last 10 years. And then maybe it'll still be here. You know what I mean? If y'all want it to be there, show up. Show up. It's as simple as that.
If this is a a cash grab. I just want the club to grab as much cash as possible. And
Exactly. I don't care.
like Cleon said, I want all the tournaments. Like I don't want the Open Cup to at the expense of it. I want them both because we get more chances to get into Conca, whatever CCCCC, and we get more money and we get more prestige and more attention and we get a better team and more.
You think Champions League ain't no cash grab? You know how much money they grabbing?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It's silly, man. Anyway.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the transfer window, or stock up, stock down. Sorry, I went over that. I don't even stock down the Vikings. I don't know who's got a different stock down.
JJ McCarthy. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Those
that's
Vikings.
just wrong.
Yeah.
All the Vikings.
All the Vikings, realistically.
Look, Janssen always does well against the Greek. He played well. It was just the bad penalty, which is the wrong height. So I don't know if anyone's really stock down, but it sucked that. If I had to pick, I think Daggers was worse just because, two penalties and neither one have been good. I don't like the slow run up there, man. Like, you're Viking, dude. Does that, like, you know what I mean? Just doesn't vibe Vikings.
As I said,
go up there slow talk and then pansy kick it up there. You know what I mean? Like, pretend it was an axe or spear or something.
As I said on Den After Dark, just run up and expletive hit it. Like,
right.
Smack it into the net, man. Like, I don't know all this different stop and start and slow run up, short run up. Just generate power, go fast, and hit it hard. Like,
you have so much of an advantage already. You're so close. Like, if you need to like play a, like, chess over here just to kick it in from 6 yards or whatever it is. Like Jurgen Klinsmann said when he played. He said, "I just hit it as I didn't aim. I just hit it as hard as possible. If I didn't know where it was going, neither did the keeper." So that's what
I mean, my thought process with it has always been what I was always taught when I was a kid playing for the first couple times I ever had to do a penalty shootout, because I was in a couple when I was younger and I was still playing, is pressure is on the kicker. It's not on the goalkeeper. If the goalkeeper doesn't save it, it's not a shock because the penalty kick favors the kicker. Pressure is always on the kicker. And if you overthink it, that's when you screw up. Like, that's why I said, just go hit it as hard as you can. That's the easiest way to do it. Don't think about it. Just hit it.
I also would like to shout out or give a stock down to Angulo because he should have had a goal and it wasn't, like Cleon said.
He could have had two, man.
Bro,
I'm so tired of watching. I got to be honest, man. Like, and now that everybody else is getting better, it's kind of like when the like the kid on the youth team, he like works really hard and everybody else is kind of lazy, and like he's like kind of good, but then everybody else like starts to actually work, and then like that kid just stays the same, and you're like,
everyone hit that growth spurt, and then
like now that everybody else is playing really well, I'm just like, this guy is a glaring hole.
Yeah, that was going to be my stock down too. Is just because it's one of those things. I don't know who necessarily replaces him in the lineup, but like his lack of a final product is just it kills us. I'm gonna keep my stock up though with Enrique. Like, I know he didn't score in this one, but there was one play in particular towards the end of the first half where he made a slide tackle, took the ball off of a defender in their own box, and just kind of one-man wrecking crew got a shot on goal, which I think resulted in a corner kick. Where it's just, that's the reason. It's like, that's why that guy's starting. Like, no offense to Duncan. Great that he's back from the Olympics. No offense to him whatsoever. But that's why Enrique's in the starting lineup right now, because dude is playing relentlessly. So stock up Enrique, stock down Angulo.
Yeah, I like that. I thought everybody played well except for Angulo. But I mean, in general, like Bracalo, he had a great game. Him and Janssen looked really good together. Pedro came up when we needed him, especially there at the end. It was offside, but like that was an insane save.
That save was ridiculous. Yeah,
right at the end. Yeah, and I thought it was good. Poppy brought on Nico to hit the penalty, and he did exactly what we asked him. I don't know, I'm not going to harp on the Janssen starting it out, but I just feel like why mix it up? Just start with Nico or Facu. Like, I hate that. I hate, like, when I'm watching Argentina and they're like, all right, we're going to save Leo Messi for the 5th penalty. It's like, you have the best player in the world and you're going to put him in a spot there where there's a chance he might not even kick. What's the point of that? Like, why is Facu taking the fourth or fifth penalty? Facu's taking the fourth or fifth penalty. He might not even kick if we miss the first two. Or it's like, why? I don't get that. I don't know if that was a captain's choice, if that was a coach choice. Whoever it was is a complete bozo. Just one of the worst choices I think I've seen. Facu is the king of penalties. And in my opinion, you put that guy every time. Every time you put that guy in there. That's why the team that goes first in penalties has an advantage. You don't take advantage of the advantage by putting your center back in to start it off. I couldn't believe that. All right. Talk about the transfer window. Mike, you want to clue us in here? What happened? Can you give us a pronunciation correction for our man Booty?
I cannot.
I wish JJ was here for the name pronunciation.
Oh boy, JJ, we'll have to get you on soon enough just to hear you say it. As far as I know, I'm not that great. My Norwegian is subpar, but I believe it's Hein Bruseth is his name, or Hein Bruseth, something like that. Is what I think I got out of it.
He's Heine to me, bro. It's Heine.
You're calling him Heine? That's fine. It's Heine, if anything. But yeah, from Christensen in the Norwegian League, U22 signing, or U22 initiative signing, central midfielder. People I saw on Reddit, people being like, "We finally signed a Cam." Pump the brakes.
No,
does not look like a Cam by anything that I have seen. Do not see that whatsoever. He is more of a box-to-box 8, if anything. But as far, again, from what I could see, seems like a young guy. Our midfield with Cartagena and Araujo is pretty set. I think that he's going to be more of a down the road kind of guy. I'm not sure what you guys kind of gathered from that. Eddie, I know we were talking about it a little bit before we started.
Yeah, no problem. Now this name is hard to pronounce, but Araujo isn't. So there's a bunch of Araujo and Araujo. There's some variations, but his is Araujo. Mike, just for the record.
My bad.
I meant like 4 pods ago. I meant to correct.
I got the Norwegian one, all right?
Yeah, you got Orlando City Martin Odegaard over here. I wish. But yes, I think look, the U22 spot got cleared up when Cesar this year to kind of make everything work. That third DP spot or whatever. We had to kind of we moved Cesar, got him a new deal. He's out of the U22 spot. So now the U22 spot is him, Heine, Ramiro, and then I guess Gaston still counts as the U22, right? Mike?
No, I'm going to jump in here, and I just want to go ahead and just say I think it's absolutely hilarious that at the beginning of the season we loaned out Gaston, we bought down Araujo to out of the U22 so that we could bring in Muriel and only have one U22 on the roster. And then they go ahead and change the rules of the league. So now that doesn't matter. We could have had the U22s the whole time.
Right,
in order for us to get a new U22.
That's
because
true,
you got to remember, they did change the rules of the league to either the DP model or the U22 model. We're still on the DP model. But it's just kind of funny to see that.
I was thinking that like halfway through I was talking about. I was thinking about that. Do you think so? We have another spot for U22. Then we have one more spot. Then after this,
technically speaking, yes, we could add one more U22 if we wanted to. Don't see that happening.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we technically we have 3 DPs on our roster, 2 U22 initiative signings. I do not believe Gaston takes one of our spots while he's out on loan.
Speaking of dinos, Dino Nuggets, we got a dino, a DP in name only. This guy Muriel, so
hey, I almost had a nice assist to Duncan as soon as they came on.
Hey, I didn't go during the stock down, but you best believe that was my stock down because you know who is back, baby. Just like I told y'all, don't ever doubt me. Don't ever doubt me. When I see these things, I'm an old person. I know I'm beautiful, but I'm old. I'm way older than I look, and I've seen this a million times. I said they're supposed to send that man out last window. The whole new window rolls around. He should have been out the door. As soon as that window opened, boom, gone. You get all the way to the back side of that window, he's still here. He ain't going nowhere.
You're right. You called that.
Oh, yeah, you are right, and you did say, and you're also going to call you out on the old man. What's that 40 time looking like, bud?
It's looking like about a 9.44 right now.
Right. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I'm taking the over on that. Yeah. Well, in regards to Heine, first, I mean, younger guy. We got, obviously not every Scandinavian is the same, but I'm saying the level of that league and the level of the leagues over there vary, but they're not generally super duper high in comparison. But he's very young. He looks like more like a box to box type for sure. He looks like a guy who could carry the ball. He's left footed. We have a lot of left footed guys, but we don't have any left footed midfielders.
Too?
Huh?
He's lefty as well.
He is. Yeah, he's lefty.
What the heck? Like that's we got a whole team
hopefully
left footers, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully he's more 2-footed than our other lefties. Are all pretty 1-footed. But if you look at Nico's playing as an 8 this year and deep, but that's not really his position. It's just more of a necessity. Felipe is built behind Kacheski in the pecking order. But we have Caesar and Wilder who are both pretty much 6s, right? Caesar's definitely a destroyer. Wilder's a little better on the ball and could shoot from outside the box. Caesar can hit the side of a barn door most of the time. So we don't really have like a ball carrying 8, which is something I think we need because we need to sometimes bridge that gap. And Wilder takes advantage, can do it, can progress the ball with his passing range, but Cesar is not really, his passing range isn't quite there and his dribbling isn't quite there. So it's something we need, a tool we need or whatever, a club we need in the golf bag. We don't quite have that. Kacheski is more of an 8-2, which is great. And I'm glad we have him, and he's developing nice, big guy, young player. So I don't expect. Look, right now, Kacheski is the guy who comes off. Felipe doesn't play, so I would think Kacheski, with the season he's had and having minutes and knowing the system and how late we are in the season, he's going to be ahead of Heine. And so there aren't a ton of minutes to pass around in that midfield with Wilder and Cesar being our starters. International play could chip, always takes them away a little bit, plus the inevitable yellow card accumulations from both of them. But other than that, there's just not going to be a ton. And even then, Nico still plays in the midfield for now. And so I don't really see a ton. I think this is more of a we'll probably lose Felipe next year. Nico, I've seen some rumblings about him going back to Uruguay. Maybe Mauricio pulls him back. And he's not cheap for a backup. Maybe this isn't the role he envisioned. So, and the point is, we got to add midfield depth. I said it before the season, we needed to add an 8. We don't really have an 8. We need another midfielder because and Felipe liked this tweet that was awkward. I said, after Wilder and Cesar, it's a huge drop off in midfield. And Felipe liked it. And I said, so that was awkward. But
yeah, I think you only hit like because there's not a dislike button. But
right. It was no diss on him. Felipe's had a great career, better than all the guys on our midfield so far. No knock on him. It's just the stage of his career. So I think this is smart. The U22, the way it works with the cap and all that is great. But this kid seems to have good technical ability. The Scandinavian players tend to do. Look at Dagger. And they're smart players, read the game well. Dagger, I think, to me, is a smart player. Jansen's a smart player. Obviously, these are, like I said, not every Scandinavian. It's not like a hive mind. But I'm saying they teach the sport in a way where they use their intelligence and they have technical ability. And I think that's why we tend to go into that market. I called the Varangian Guard, where those were Vikings that I think like the Emperor of the Ottoman Empire used to hire Vikings to be his bodyguard. Like that's what we got going on now. We got our little Varangian Guard here, Vikings from all over the place, and we're building the spine with those guys. So I make sense. You see the logic in it. Will he pan out? We'll see, but we don't need him to pan out right now, and I don't think we need it. I don't think there's a lot of minutes for him. And Oscar doesn't just throw people in anyways. So hopefully he comes in and gets some minutes and we get enough leads. But I think it logically makes a lot of sense, and I'm excited to see what this future. Cesar's really young still too. Wilder is just 30, and then Kacheski, Wilder, Cesar, and Heine. That's a good core midfield to kind of work with.
I got one thing about it. I don't know. I don't like not gonna do it. I literally never seen play. Right. It's not necessarily even about him, but for me, this is what is this thing that's strange for me is like does that even it doesn't seem like we keep getting these for backups, we keep getting these like pure 8s, right? And it's like Oscar doesn't really even use that though. Shouldn't our like this is my issue. Like we're so dependent on Cesar and Wilder, right?
Yeah.
So when one of them go out, we have no like player to put back there. So it's like that's what my issue is with it. It doesn't seem like in theory it's like okay, we have these 2 destroyers, right?
Yeah.
We have these 2 destroyers, but it's not like we have 2 and then one's a starter, one's a backup. They both start. And they're integral. Right. They're integral to the way Poppy plays, and it seems like he's not very good. It doesn't seem like he's very good without those 2 destroyers back there.
Right. So, yeah. Whenever we try to go away from that, we always suck.
Exactly. So it's like, when is the rookie, whenever he's going to get in, when's he ever going to really fit in? When is the one we just signed ever going to fit in with the way we play? You understand what I
think
mean?
it's a good point.
So for me, it's like I don't understand why, if our system is so dependent on these types of players, why aren't we looking to get guys behind them that could at least try to fill that role if one of them's out?
I gotcha. Well, this is my theory on that.
We don't seem to play well without it.
I hear you.
So it's like,
that's a fair point.
You know, it's even like Dagger, like he wasn't supposed to be a right back. I know they said he was a multi-tool guy, right?
He wasn't a right back before here.
He was never, the way we play, he was never going to get in. He's skilled, but he was never going to get time really fitting in with the way we play in the midfield.
True. So
it's like we have to move him all the way to right back to get him on the pitch. So it's like for me, it's just a strange. It seems that you're bringing in good players, but for your coach and for your system, who is very, he can't really go too far out of his comfort zone. You know that we can clearly say that at this point. He's successful when he plays that one way he knows how to play. You know what I mean? And so whenever we try to deviate from that, whether it's injury, guys going for international, and we have nothing behind. We do not have any of those types of guys behind them that could come in and even remotely try to give you what that one that's out is missing, or both of them are out is missing. So it's like how we would have to completely change the way we play anytime even one of them's out. So for me, it seems a strange fit.
I got you. Well, this is you got a good point.
Players coming in, but the fit seems off.
I hear you. We've been in chase of an 8 for a long time. You're right about that. He doesn't use them that way. We never really use him. Dagger wasn't going to get minutes in midfield. I honestly think this is more. He's not expensive. I mean, generally speaking, I don't think it was like you need to be a starter kind of money. I bet that $1 million transfer fee is probably split over 2 or 3 years or something like that. It's not all at once. But I think it is. And then when you see Kucheski comes in, he plays up pretty high. I think what it is that at times the way teams are going to play us, I've said it, play us in the mid block, let us have the ball, just don't let us counter. Sometimes you need people who can carry the ball a little bit, good through the lines, or add numbers in the box. That's what Kucheski is. He tries to get on headers. He tries to get in the box. I think that's a change of approach, a tactical.
It is, but my
situation, which means only a sub at best. Yeah. Which at the most is game state and the sub.
Yeah, it makes sense if everyone's healthy and available. But the second one or both are out, then what? You know what I mean?
Right. No, you're right. Yeah, because if anything, this kid needs to learn how to win duels. You know, how to be stuck in the midfield and how to be a destroyer. And I think in theory they want like an 8. And if Cesar's out, Wilder can play more sixes, sit back more because they kind of rotate. But Cesar is less skilled on the ball, less skilled going forward. There's a worse shot, but he's probably better at duels than Wilder is, and positioning and that kind of thing and winning fouls. So I think the theory is Wilder's like the backup 6 and the 8-6, and then the other person can be true box to box or change the game and put some numbers in. I mean, I like the idea of having options of how to play, but you're right that there's scarce. There's going to be scarcity of minutes, scarcity of use. That this kid is. I don't expect Kucheski or Heine to be a starter in the near future, either one of them. So, and unless you know what, maybe Heine in a year could be the left back because he's left-footed and he's a midfielder and he's Scandinavia.
All right, last thing I'm going to jump in on the news on that. Cleon already mentioned it. Duncan re-signed to a new contract through 2027. I think there's an option for 2028. I will say, great to have him agree to a new contract. This does not mean that he still can't be transferred. This is something that definitely just gives us leverage for more money if a transfer offer does come in like the winter or something like that. But he's here for now. Embrace it. Enjoy having him here. And then we also signed Yutaro Sakata from Orlando City B to a first-team contract. So we talked earlier, I don't know what replaces Angulo. I like what I've seen from Sakata. He had good tape in college. He's looked good with OCB. Maybe he gets some minutes because, Angulo's, not scoring goals or anything. Maybe putting another quick body out there is not a bad idea. Sakata's got really good ball control. So
has anyone checked on Gaston? How's he doing overseas? I don't really expect him back, but
they won a trophy.
He is our player.
He won a trophy, him and Mauricio. I don't know if he played a part in it,
but was he just on the team?
Here, I'll give you an update by the end of the episode. All right,
got you.
Bro, I forgot about him until I asked the U22 thing.
Yeah,
I never saw what got.
I did as well. I did as well until you brought it up, and then actually when Alex was talking about Angulo, then I was like, well, the only other we got. Then I was like, oh, we had Gaston, we sent him out. I was like, wonder if he's even playing. How's he playing?
Yeah, or we could put Nico out wide and put Faku there, but Sakata, I don't know. We'll see, but hopefully, I like the cut of this kid's jib, man. I like him. He's aggressive. He's a dribbler. He's more like for Angulo and a lot of pace and all that stuff. So I'm happy about that. But our window overall, are we a better team now than before the window? No, because we didn't add anybody who's going to contribute this year. So
no,
did we add the piece to take us over the line? No. Do we have people to help us in the future? Keeping Duncan, hopefully Sakata, something happens with him, and then Heine, I would think next year. Are we fortifying the roster for the future? Yes. Did anything change for this year's fortunes? No.
Yeah, I don't think that's horrible. I think that's okay. I think the team still has a higher potential that they could reach, but we re-signed Duncan. Enrique is now playing out of his mind, and we have Muriel. They can't all stay next year, in my opinion. So,
and to answer your question, a couple starts, a lot of bench appearances, 1 assist, nothing else for Gaston.
Who's gone next year? Which striker is gone next year?
Muriel. Well, shoot, he's gonna make it. He's got to be, bro. He's got to be Muriel.
Here's the thing: is the only and I've had this argument with people on Twitter before. The only way Muriel's gone is if they, in my opinion, I don't think they're going to use the buyout on him because the buyout's going to cost them $8 or $9 million. Is if they come to a mutual contract termination, and I just don't see Muriel walking away from that amount of money, because it was more money than he was making in Italy. I don't see him just walking away from that amount of money. So if a mutual contract termination doesn't happen, I don't see us using a buyout because it's a lot of money to just admit that you screwed up. You would think that it would be Muriel who would be gone. And if it is, I talked earlier about the new roster rules. I think that we're going to be a 2DP 4U22 initiative team moving forward because first off, we've never hit on all 3 DPs at the same time. And that is something that is still true to this day. Most we've ever had is 2 productive DPs at a time. And plus, if you do the 2DP 4U22 initiative build, you also get upwards of an extra $2 million in GAM. And that's something that we're much better at utilizing to build out the middle of our roster. So I think that's the smart way to build, especially when you don't get effective DPs sometimes. So I would look forward to us changing our philosophy and probably trying to unload a DP this year, whether it be a sale of Faku or buying out Muriel, whatever happens. That's what I would think, at least. So
that makes sense. I want to add too that so far this front office hasn't missed with these Scandinavian guys, so I'm gonna assume, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be positive on that signing. But I think you're right. It 2 DPs. If we could clear, I would clear Nico too, because the price he pays for a backup he costs, and then Nico could go back. You know, Mauricio call him. You brought him here, take him home, and if we can find a way for Muriel to buy out and go play for his, club from his youth in Colombia, that'll be great. And then that'll free up a ton. A guy who's got to be close to Tam and Nico. He's up there. And then a DP. And then we get that GAM when we could put in some higher close to Tam guys in there and really, really add some depth. You just pulled out those 2 contracts aside and just you could get a Tam type or buy down a kind of player near DP, like another attacker, a better winger, or whatever, another 10, and maybe Ojeda goes wing or whatever. That would put us in so much better position now that we got striker locked up. And with Enrique and Duncan, we don't need a third striker, man. Jacqueline, he's gone missing. We don't need a third striker. We are set with 2 young guys who are just getting better. So it's no need for that. And getting another midfielder, I don't think we need Ansakata. I don't know how much Nico we're gonna need Nico next year personally. So if we could get rid of those 2 guys, that's like 70 years of 75 years of age, and a lot of money.
All right. Sporting Kansas City away. For the record, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Enrique blasts off and we sell him high. Just going to throw that out there.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be.
Okay. Which I wouldn't be mad because we never sell high. So it'd be nice to actually see that happen. And
I wonder if green card Enrique can do well overseas.
About the thing you said about
watch you go back to Argentina for a better team,
The Scandinavian guys is Ricardo had mentioned that he'd been following this guy on Instagram for 3 months, so it makes me believe it's a Ricardo, which he caught Cleon.
It's definitely,
It's a Ricardo signing, and Ricardo's been he rarely misses. So
and Ricardo actually called Cleon out on it too for not noticing.
Yeah, right, I've been busy. I've been busy with my fake job that I have.
Yeah, Cleon actually working over here, launching new stores and stuff. There, new products. I'm proud of you, Cleon.
Hey man, hey,
Cleon. Those last couple months has worked more than this entire podcast tenure,
bro. The KFC finally opened back up, and guess what? Guess who didn't get their customers back? So bad.
Yeah.
KFC. What are they?
I didn't know it was out that long. Dang.
No, they closed. Bermuda's treacherous for. Y'all think I'm bad when I tell you like how I have to catch a plane and I don't pack my bag until like, you're supposed to be at the airport like 2 hours before I start packing my bag, like 4 hours before the flight leaves. Yeah. Bermuda government stuff, anything got to do with construction, government stuff, any paperwork, anything. All Bermudians are this way. So they were closed for it was supposed to be 6 months. It turned out they just opened up, so they ended up being closed for 8 months. Mind you, there's only one KFC in Bermuda because they're just grandfathered in, but there's no franchise like that allowed in there. So they had to be, but if they're closed, you can't open back up. So they're the only like franchise that's there. They're grandfathered in. They had to close for 8 months just to renovate, bro.
All they did was just put in their new chicken nuggets that they're always advertising. 8 months.
Tell the colonel to go back to Kentucky.
Right.
It's been beautiful, bro. They didn't go back.
I can't believe they even tried.
So you got the authentic jersey this year. That KFC money.
We're an hour in. Let's talk about Kansas City on the road. They're horrible. They have 24 points. They have the second most goals allowed in the league with 52. They have a negative 11 goal differential. I think they've beaten San Jose twice, and that's like 1/4 of their points. And other than that, they're pretty miserable. So another interesting thing is, as miserable as they've been, they are in the U.S. Open Cup semifinal, which is on Tuesday. So they have a short week after our game on Saturday. They play Tuesday in a rather large match to trying to salvage their season. Somehow they can still qualify for Champions Cup, and we'll be on the outside. And if they win, they can qualify. So
honestly, just by winning that game, they might qualify based off of the fact that Columbus and LAFC will already be qualified. So like, there's a chance that they might actually
they're going to qualify.
Yeah.
If they beat Indy 11.
So realistically, they could rest against us to try and make sure that they're primed for that, on the fact that they do only have 3 days rest before it. I mean, I'm going to predict a 2-0 win just because, I mean, Peter Vermees has to have the most secure job in the entire league, because it doesn't matter how bad this team's gotten over the years, he still keeps it. So we're winning 2-0 away.
Eddie?
Yeah, 2-0 away. The green card, Enrique strikes again. And then I'm talking about our strikers being good. We're set. So Duncan comes in and gets one too. So 2-0. I think that's right on.
Cleon,
you are muted, buddy.
I'm sitting there praising Eddie to my how smart a man he is, and I'm sitting there talking with my mic on mute. That's a smart man up top, and he's got it exactly right. 2-0. Green card Enrique, and big pockets, big money. Duncan McGuire.
Right, I hope that we get I want the end of the year salary drop to come through. I want to see how much of a raise he got.
So you better get a man a milli.
Yeah,
it's all good now. It. Yeah, big.
All y'all are 2-0. A milli on the backup striker.
Big money dunks coming
on
through.
The backup striker. Dang, is he? Yeah, is he really? Is he, yeah, geez, Alex. I mean, right now he can't be starting the way Enrique is playing, but dang, crazy. But we got 2 aces, right? Little Ted Lasso, Danny Rojas, football's life. We got 2 aces now.
It's fun. Yeah, I don't mind having it.
Bro, when have we ever had 2 good strikers? We never had 2 good strikers.
Nah,
not since Kyle Laren and Pedro Ribeiro.
Sir.
God, I don't know how you said that with a straight face.
Martin Patterson, Carlos Rivas.
All right. Anyways, I'm gonna say,
you know what? The actual correct one, all jokes aside, the only time we ever did was Kyle Laren and old man Batista behind him.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? That Tesho had 10 double digits one year, right? And Dom, between the two, I don't know if it overlapped, but I feel like between the two, they had 20.
Dom was trash.
So
that's right. It's the Dom Dwyer Derby on this weekend.
They still score goals. You know, they're not horrible at scoring goals. So I'm gonna. They've scored more goals than we have this year.
Wow.
So I'm gonna say it's gonna be 2-1, maybe 3-1.
No. On the road, our defense is good, man. The defense on the road,
they catch the donut.
I got more faith in clean sheets on the road than at home, because we're gonna muck it up, you know.
We'll see, but they've been opposite just as long as we have. They lost in the first round in the round of 32, and so it's, you know, that shouldn't be an issue. Like I said, they have to play on Tuesday, and a pretty big matchup for them. So, shout out to the Crew, by the way, they just got through. But hey, listen, I do want to point out that this is the stretch that we've been looking for all season. These next 4 matches.
Right.
You
we
know,
got the toughies out the way.
It's time to put up points or shut up. And yeah, it's got to be 12 points, because what is it? It's SKC, And then who else do we play? Nashville, Charlotte, and
New England.
New England. And the last 3 are at home. So yeah, it's not like they're back to back. We got time in between. We got rest in between each one of the games. So yeah, this has got to be 12 points, especially if we get 3 on Saturday. It's got to be 12 points. We got to be sitting on what that would put us at 46 points.
Yeah,
I think after this.
Yeah,
that would secure the playoffs. I'm pretty positive of 46 points. I think we would be pretty firmly not in a knockout game.
Yeah, and we'd have 5 matches to go after that. That could get us up to 4th.
And this run Alex talking about is SKC, Nashville, New England, Charlotte. That's got to be 12, man.
Yeah, the last 3 are at home.
Yeah, and Charlotte's the toughest game in that. They're 3 points ahead of us, but New England is in 15th in the East. I did not realize that they fell down that far. Nashville's in 12th, and SKC is in 12th in the West.
Yeah, and Charlotte just spent $85 million in paper money, fake money, and brought in 0 players in the transfer window. So
yeah, they were tied to everybody.
They had rumors.
They got their 6th choice Cam out of Olympiacos after all the other things fell through that they were going for.
Yeah. So yeah, they tried. I mean, I give them credit, but yeah, we gotta make sure that'll be it. That game will probably be for.
That's a 6-pointer. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's a 6-pointer. If we're already on 9 points from them, I mean, that's gonna probably, if we can get 3 there and make it 12 points, that's gonna separate us from them and make sure that we're ahead of them going into the playoffs. And we should be fighting for 4th if we can get 12 in the next 4. So I just want to point that out, that these next 4 matches are what we've been looking forward to. We play Columbus, we play Cincinnati one more time each, I think, and then after that it's everybody's below us in the table. So out of the 7 out of the last 9 matches. So all right, shout outs. Eddie, you're going first.
Yeah, shout out to season ticket renewals. Everyone read your emails, unlike Cleon here. We don't all got stores going out of business and getting their business we have to look at our emails and see what we're being charged. So the season tickets, I'm just hearing a lot of folks aren't renewing for various reasons. We don't suck anymore. We're good, but I think there's a little bit of fatigue. I think weather probably plays a part in it. I think there's a fatigue that we start bad, and then we pick it up, but we don't win anything. Yeah, it's the start bad. I think people get hyped. Yeah, people get hyped and all of that, and
we suck at home.
Yeah, we stuck at home, and they're trying to do a lot with making the stadium better and all that stuff, but it's just, man, just the Orlando City just doesn't feel like they're in the zeitgeist and the whispers and the water coolers in the city anymore. I don't know what else winning something big. I don't know what else other than winning something big is gonna change that. So the season tickets, I hear a lot of people just not renewing right now. Those prices went up, so check them. I think the renewal comes up. I'm not telling you to renew or not. Do whatever you want. I'm not pretending what I say matters, but I'm just saying to check it. I went from 2 to 1 personally, just because my family doesn't come to the matches anymore very much, and they're getting in high school and all that kind of stuff. So I can't quit this club. So I'm still gonna have my season tickets, and shout out to these season ticket reps, because they got to be getting hammered right now. Sorry to hear that, folks, but
I'm thinking I can quit paying the club, because to be honest, 20% this year, and at least they were nice and they told me, hey, 2026 are going to be up 40% than what they are right now. So that's what they told me. So
that's wild.
I went from $725 a seat to $875, and then they already said, 2026 is going to be $1,015 per seat. Just FYI, get ready.
If not, you got to look. That's it. I've right behind me. They got the Orlando sign. I've hit 4 of those letters already. So I just got the O and the R to go. I've been in every other section so far. So you gotta move around. Move those seats. Pay attention to the seat moves and save yourself some money if you can. But hopefully,
it just sucks that that's how they treat people that have been since. I mean, I've been since the first year, and they're just like
right. Society.
I can't wait to see
missed.
what happens after 2026 once the World Cup's gone, Messi's gone. I think not only in Orlando, but I think the whole league is screwing themselves. If people hated the attendance at Open Cup and Leagues Cups games, that's what it's going to be like every match in 2027 when tickets are almost more than double than what they are right now, and there ain't no reason to be there to see it. So
I'm going to interrupt with a joke for a second.
People.
Interrupting with a joke. You said World Cup's gone, Messi's gone, and I'm also just going to add, and Miami Freedom Park still isn't open.
Yeah.
Right.
Keeps getting pushed back. They ain't getting it.
Privately funded, my butt. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. It shouldn't be about charging the season ticket holders that have been there forever to because we're getting a World Cup. That's I mean, if you want to capitalize on the other seats, but you're going to lose a lot of people that ain't going to come back. They ain't going to come back after the World Cup, and you're going to be in a worse position than where you are right now, especially with roster limitations. I saw a conspiracy theory that said that Don Garber used to work in the NFL for Kraft, and Don Garber said he hated soccer when he became the commissioner of MLS. And there's a conspiracy theory that says that the whole reason Don Garber is commissioner and the only reason he's ever been appointed is because the NFL is trying to suppress soccer from becoming an actual true dominant sport in the United States. And honestly, I could see it.
Tinfoil hat.
Really?
Oh man, I might put my tinfoil hat on for that one.
Yeah, this is tinfoil. This is bro.
It would be a brilliant plan. All the roster rules. We got to have Gam and Tam and Bam and Jam, and we make it so complicated that people don't even care to get into it. Yeah.
No, what I think what the owners, especially since so many NFL owners are owners, the Hunts, the Crafts, is they want it to have guaranteed revenue like that. But man, soccer is not even close to making a dent. Soccer is a pimple on an NFL's butt. They're making
they're not even worried about the NBA, let alone MLS.
Yeah, not even a century before it. They even notice it. Not even close. So there's no need to.
NBA either. Have you watched that trash in the last 5 years?
A lion isn't worried about there's little mosquitoes floating around lions, sometimes, or flying around them, or a hippo. That's MLS compared to NFL. It's so huge. You can't. You're talking about your season ticket prices. That's the price for the NFL Sunday ticket, and people pay for it. So
that was gonna be my shout out. $700, and you guys are swiping that credit card.
Yeah,
it's only $289 with YouTube TV. If you have YouTube TV, it's only $289, and you get a whole bunch more perks.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah, I paid $289. Well, me and my buddy, we split it.
Now that I have one season ticket left, I might look into that.
Oh, it's worth it, man. It's and now they have the quad box, and you can now. Last year you just kind of got stuck with the games that were in the quad. This year now they updated it, and you could choose which 4 games you want in the quad box. So
yeah. Do we still have? Yeah. Does Fubo TV got anything in that? They're still a sponsor. We skipped that one.
I mean, they haven't paid us, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Cleon, you got a shout out?
Hey,
did you already shout out KFC?
I'll shout out since
construction workers in Bermuda.
I'll shout out all of y'all. And wish you best of luck, because you know what time it is. It's fantasy time. It's rolling around now. It's time for that draft. So I wish each and every last one of y'all the best of luck, and y'all all fighting for second place. And so I hope the best for y'all. I hope the best. I hope y'all enjoyed last season with that little fluke season with me and Matt. I hope y'all enjoyed that, because it ain't happening again. That was your one time. And it's on. It's on.
When's
we
the
out
draft?
for revenge. We out for revenge. And it's on. It's gonna be on and popping from week 1 straight through. Hope y'all the best.
Have you scheduled the draft yet, Commissioner?
The draft been scheduled. What you mean?
Is it 26 or something?
It's Sunday.
This Sunday?
Sunday?
See, he doesn't even know his own draft time.
Yeah, what a bum. What
Mike,
a
when
bum
is it?
this guy.
Wait, it's Sunday? How's it Sunday?
It's Sunday.
It ain't supposed to be Sunday.
Son of a bitch.
I probably just forgot to change it.
It's supposed to be
it
this
says
Sunday?
that it's
I got it.
Sunday the 25th at 7 p.m. is what it's scheduled for.
Oh no, it ain't. It ain't supposed to be.
Well, then you better
when
fix
is
it.
it?
League 2, 7 p.m.
You better
Y'all
fix
said
it then.
y'all said to make it the 20. Y'all said to make it the 26th or something like that, 24th or 26th. So I don't know, something like
Well,
that.
the 24th means Ryder can't be there. JJ, I hope you're listening because I know you
It was the
complained last
26th.
year that you missed the draft.
It was the 26th. Wait, I think
It's
I was
14 teams.
also-
People are going to miss the draft.
I was also going to shout out Manscaped League One. Appreciate all you guys. The chat that we have going, all sitting there listening to me negotiate, trying to buy a new car and just talking through it with you guys. Definitely helped me ease my negotiations over this past weekend. So I appreciate all the homies. And I'm also going
We had you
to,
covered from all aspects, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got
Yeah.
buddies in insurance. We
You-
got buddies in finance.
You canceled that gap, right? You canceled what I told you?
Yeah, I did.
Good
I
job.
did.
Save you some money.
My reminder to everybody: when you're buying a new car, they want to sell you a car. Stay firm on what you want. They'll get there eventually. It just takes time. But yeah, I appreciate Manscaped League One and Cleon, as my spreadsheet has said in previous years. I'm coming for you.
ain't gonna happen, bro.
Spreadsheet
Ain't even
God.
concerned. Not even
God.
concerned. Spreadsheet God.
Bro, that spreadsheet.
No,
So
I'm
one,
not
You know what the
even-
spreadsheet does? You know what the spreadsheet
No,
does?
you know what? You know what? A question somebody asked me in League One. They
what
asked,
was that?
"Oh well, what happens if you get relegated?" I said, "What, bro? Legitimately, it's never even crossed my mind.
Oh, really?
It's never even crossed my mind that I could get relegated from League One."
Yeah,
don't
I
it's
think
possible.
I
don't
think you
it's
need to
possible.
use it. I think you need to use a different system, not Microsoft, because nothing Excel in that spreadsheet, buddy. Because you haven't done nothing in that league.
Oh, I mean, listen. The spreadsheet works. I mean, it just proved last year that you can score the most points out of the whole season. But unfortunately for Cleon,
It literally
This-
took a
this-
freak random.
this ain't the supporter
January.
shield, brother.
Yeah,
We ain't got no ISC here.
Complete freak.
Cleon's
It don't matter.
spreadsheet.
It don't matter if you put 240 up one week. If you put 97 up in two other weeks.
No, that never
You did.
happened. I always put up numbers. I'll put up numbers every single week. It was just somehow by the fluke of the schedule, I would get whoever scored. I would score the second highest points in the whole week, and then still lose because somehow I just happened to play the one team that week that scored that many. That's what was happening.
Cleon-
All teams.
The
Cleon's-
spreadsheet doesn't go up against that.
Cleon's
Yeah.
spreadsheet is the slow run up stutter step PK. It's overthinking
Right.
it, man.
That's
That's
true.
it.
Bro, that's not
It's
true. Look at
overthinking
the
it.
facts, bro. Just look at the facts.
It's facts. It's facts. Okay,
We
so
have
how many
league history,
championships
right?
do you have in
Look at the
Manscaped League
facts,
One?
bro.
How many championships do you have in Manscaped League One? I have the belt right here. It doesn't have any of your names on it.
You didn't
Oh,
earn that belt.
Yeah,
I didn't earn that belt. Graham, I'm coming to Olive Garden to give it to you.
Yeah. Cleon's the Spurs
You
of the
didn't
league.
earn
You
Putting
bring
up some
the belt
numbers.
to
Jimmy
and
knows
those
it's
stuff.
earned.
See, I'm bragging about a belt that's not the league we're talking about.
This belt is earned, and it came off the same spreadsheet and the exact same team and same spreadsheet. It's just that league. I didn't end up with a fluke somehow, the flukiest schedule of all time. That's what it took. A complete, 1 in 1 million chance fluke schedule. That's what it took for y'all to beat me, and it's all
That-
good.
that-
Whatever.
That belt's
I'm
from
insulted.
it's from a different. You're
I'm
bragging
insulted.
about a belt from a different league. Get out of here with your red hat belt.
Bro, I won. Not
Come on,
only
that
did
belt.
I beat a bunch of MAGAs for this belt,
Uh-oh.
not only did I beat a bunch
Nobody's listening at hour 18 in. You could do that.
Oh no, his camera went out at the worst possible time.
of not only. Oh my God, I'm holding the belt like Tongaloa.
Yeah. Could Cleon be Justin
Not
Merrim
only did I
in
beat
his other
an
league?
entire league full of MAGAs for this belt, mind you. That's win number one. I also won $2,800
What?
on top
No
of it.
wonder he bought a
Over
belt. from us.
$200 entry, bro.
There you go.
And I
Wow.
won it all.
Nice. That's how you
Sorry
keep the
that you
season
wanted
tickets.
The
Sorry, you wanted
funniest thing about Cleon in our fantasy league, he's 35-20 overall, but his toughest opponent
JJ.
is JJ.
Every time.
1-3 against JJ.
JJ, every time, bro.
It's hilarious.
All right, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Everybody get a shout out in. Mike, you get a
Yeah,
shout
I got
out?
one last shout out. Shout out to Alex, who's like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna host. I'm gonna do this quick. Hour 20 in. This is the longest
All right,
episode
I
of the
told
season."
him. I told
There you
him.
guys.
And we go over hour 20. Anyway, fellas.
Well, y'all were ranting about Heine, so I just let
That's
y'all
true.
go, you know.
You know when I'm here. You know.
When there's a chance to rant about Heine, you always got to take a chance and rant about Heine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everyone
you know,
knows.
that's one
Alex.
of Cleon's favorite
Respect
stuff.
Heine.
So.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Alex is the butt of the joke.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.